Although the Roman Emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius did not specifically outline 13 lessons about using rejection to your advantage, his ideas are undoubtedly applicable to this idea. In general, Stoicism provides insightful advice on how to face hardship and rejection with fortitude and discernment. Here are 13 tips on how to turn rejection to your advantage that are drawn from the writings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy. Gratitude for the current moment. Drawing on Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius promoted accepting the present moment as the cornerstone of inner calm and knowledge. He underlined time and again in his well-known work, Meditations, the value of accepting each moment for what it is, difficulties and all. Aurelius believed that the present moment should be fully acknowledged and welcomed rather than rejected or avoided. He held that resilience, mental clarity, and a greater comprehension of both the self and the outside world may all be developed by accepting things as they are in the present moment. This acceptance allows people to react to life situations with grace and composure rather than implying apathy but rather an active engagement with reality. When faced with rejection or any other kind of misfortune, Aurelius would advise us to approach the circumstance coolly and collectedly, acknowledging it as a thread in the larger fabric of life. One can discover inner peace, power, and wisdom by this acceptance. Keep your inner peace. Retaining inner peace was a major tenet of Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy, which was summed up in his well-known book, Meditations. Inspired by the ideas of the Stoics, Aurelius highlighted the value of developing a stable, peaceful mind in the face of life's turbulent waves. He understood that although our interior state of being is still within our control, our exterior circumstances are frequently out of our control. Aurelius felt that even in the face of rejection or misfortune, we could achieve a sense of calm and tranquility if we could control our thoughts and feelings. Instead of letting the outside world control our inner states, he promoted a methodical strategy based on self-awareness and reason to preserve peace. By engaging in mindfulness, introspection, and the study of Stoic teachings, people can cultivate the inner resilience required to handle life's ups and downs with dignity and grace. Essentially, Aurelius believed that inner peace was essential to leading a moral and satisfying life, not just a desired one. Concentrate on the things you can control. Immersed in Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius stressed the need to concentrate on what we can manage. During his meditations, he often considered the difference between things under our control and those outside of it. Aurelius felt that we may develop a sense of empowerment and inner calm by focusing our attention and energies on the things we can control, such as our thoughts, deeds, and attitudes. On the other hand, he advised avoiding becoming obsessed with outside happenings or other people's behavior since issues are outside of our control. Aurelius, on the other hand, espoused a philosophy of acceptance and reason that acknowledges people's agency in creating the lives they lead. Adopting this idea allows one to live a life of integrity and virtue while freeing oneself from the stress and frustration that come from attempting to control the uncontrollable. Consider rejection as feedback. Marcus Aurelius promoted viewing rejection as feedback rather than a personal judgment by drawing on Stoic philosophy. In the contemplations encapsulated in Meditations, he advocated for an outlook that saw obstacles as chances for development and betterment of oneself. According to Aurelius, if you approach every experience, even rejection, with an open mind and a desire to learn, it can teach you something worthwhile. People can depersonalize rejection and get valuable insights from it by rephrasing it as feedback. Aurelius would advise us to consider what the rejection might tell us about our objectives, methods, and selves rather than focusing on thoughts of inadequacy or failure. With this change of perspective, people can turn rejection from a depressing experience to an opportunity for growth and development. In the end, Aurelius believed that accepting rejection as feedback is a useful tactic and a philosophical outlook on life that encourages resiliency, discernment, and ongoing self-improvement. Cultivate fortitude. With a strong foundation in Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius praised the qualities of perseverance in the face of difficulty. In Meditations, he wrote about the idea of facing adversity head-on with courage and inner strength. Aurelius believed that resilience was more than just overcoming obstacles. It was also about developing an unwavering spirit that endures hardships in life. Adversity, in his opinion, is an unavoidable aspect of the human experience and presents a chance for development and self-discovery. Drawing on the teachings of the Stoics, Aurelius stressed the value of keeping perspective, concentrating on the things under our control, and facing difficulties head-on with bravery and composure. According to him, resilience is the ability to actively confront life's challenges while being led by morality and reason, as opposed to passively enduring misery. Aurelius taught that people could develop a resilience that transcends the difficulties of the time and leads to enduring inner serenity and fulfillment by accepting misfortune as a way to temper the soul and enhance character. Exercise thankfulness. Marcus Aurelius understood the life-changing potential of cultivating thankfulness. He was influenced by the Stoic school of thought. Throughout his meditations, he often considered how important it is to recognize and value all of life's bounties, no matter how little. According to Aurelius, practicing thankfulness increases one's sense of serenity and fortitude, especially in the face of hardship or rejection. For him, being grateful was a conscious discipline that went beyond being a passing feeling. It was a means of changing the way we see the world and discovering beauty even in the face of adversity. Aurelius taught that we might develop a sense of plenty and fulfillment that transcends outward circumstances by concentrating on what we have rather than what we lack. Stoicism views the practice of thankfulness as a road to inner serenity and knowledge that enables people to find strength and comfort in the face of life's adversities. Accept transience. As seen in his meditations, Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy placed a strong emphasis on accepting impermanence. He promoted an outlook that welcomes the always shifting flow of existence and underlined the fleeting character of everything, including life itself. Aurelius thought that people could develop a stronger appreciation for the present moment and a stronger sense of detachment from earthly worries by realizing that all occurrences are transient. He advocated for nurturing virtues that last beyond the passage, including wisdom, courage, and compassion, as opposed to holding on to transient goods. Aurelius thought that people may overcome the worry and terror that frequently accompanies attachment to things, people, or results by accepting impermanence. Alternatively, people could take comfort in the understanding that life will always change and that true serenity comes from accepting life as it is. Accentuate your morals. Drawing on Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius stressed the significance of defining and upholding one's principles to successfully navigate life's obstacles. In his meditations, he often considered the virtues that direct moral judgment and virtuous behavior. Aurelius thought that people may find purpose and clarity amid life's complications by firmly establishing their beliefs. Values like wisdom, compassion, and integrity weren't just abstract concepts to him. For him, virtues like intelligence, compassion, and integrity were not just lofty ideas, rather, they were useful rules for living a morally upright life. Even in the face of difficulty or temptation, he urged people to live by their highest goals. Aurelius thought that people may develop an inner strength and resilience that transcends external circumstances by concentrating on their values. Aurelius believed that leading a life based on one's moral principles is a moral requirement that results in a meaningful and honest life, in addition to being a route to personal fulfillment. Take up a growth mentality. Marcus Aurelius promoted a growth mentality as a means of achieving resilience and self-improvement, citing Stoic philosophy as inspiration. Throughout his meditations, he often considered how important it is to view difficulties as chances for personal development rather than as things to be feared or avoided. Aurelius thought that people may overcome their limits and realize their full potential if they developed a mindset that views hardship as a chance for growth and development. He encouraged people to approach life with curiosity and a readiness to embrace discomfort, emphasizing the power of tenacity and persistence in the face of adversity. Aurelius believed that people may develop an inner resilience and adaptability that allows them to thrive in the face of uncertainty and change by seeing every experience, positive or negative, as an opportunity to learn and grow. In summary, Aurelius views having a growth mindset as both a practical approach to success and a philosophical way of looking at life, one that promotes ongoing self-awareness, personal development, and, in the end, fulfillment. Develop patience. Immersed in Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius praised patience as the foundation of knowledge and inner serenity. In his contemplations and meditations, he underlined the value of developing patience to deal with the difficulties and uncertainties of life. In his contemplations and meditations, he underlined the value of developing patience to deal with the difficulties and uncertainties of life. Aurelius understood that change frequently happens gradually over time and that many parts of reality are beyond our direct control. In response, he urged people to develop a patient mentality, which is the ability to accept things as they are in the current moment without giving in to annoyance or impatience. Aurelius felt that people may develop a sense of inner peace and composure even in the face of hardship or uncertainty by practicing patience. In his view, patience is an active engagement with life rather than a passive surrender. It is the capacity to endure with grace and fortitude and to have faith in the natural order of things. Aurelius believed that people may develop a deeper sense of resilience and knowledge through the practice of patience, allowing them to handle life's ups and downs with more ease and grace. Discover potential amid hardship. Strongly influenced by Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius highlighted the need to seize opportunity in adversity as a means of developing resilience and personal growth. In his meditations, he considered the notion that every obstacle or setback offers a chance for growth and introspection. Adversity, according to Aurelius, is a crucible that tests a person's character and fosters inner strength. He encouraged people to approach challenging situations with an attitude of curiosity and openness, looking for the hidden opportunities for growth and transformation, as opposed to seeing them as insurmountable impediments. Through redefining hardship as an opportunity to develop qualities like bravery, resiliency, and discernment, Aurelius imparted knowledge on how people may utilize obstacles to advance on their journey towards self-actualization. Aurelius essentially views seeing opportunity in adversity as a philosophical perspective on life that ultimately promotes perseverance, flexibility, and flourishing, rather than just as a useful tactic for overcoming life's obstacles. Prioritize the journey above the result. Marcus Aurelius, who was influenced by Stoic philosophy, promoted inner serenity and contentment by emphasizing the journey rather than the destination. In his meditations, he often considered the notion that genuine satisfaction comes from one's perspective on life's journey rather than from material accomplishments or belongings. Aurelius thought that people may find meaning and purpose in life by accepting the process of growth and self-discovery, regardless of the results they face. He promoted a way of thinking that places less emphasis on success or failure in the outside world and more emphasis on leading a life that is consistent with one's morals and ideals. Aurelius demonstrated how people might develop inner peace and composure even amid uncertainty and hardship by changing their attention from the destination to the road itself. Essentially, Aurelius views a journey-centered approach to life as both a practical method of overcoming obstacles and a philosophical way of looking at it, one that develops resilience, knowledge, and, in the end, inner fulfillment. Cultivate self-compassion. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius shared insights on developing self-compassion as a strategy for building resilience and inner well-being. In his meditations, he discussed the value of being gentle and understanding to oneself, especially while facing difficulties or feeling like a failure. According to Aurelius, a profound understanding of our common humanity and the flaws in being human is the first step toward developing self-compassion. He urged people to treat themselves with the same compassion and forgiveness they would extend to a friend, as opposed to harshly criticizing themselves for their faults or failures. Aurelius taught that people might develop an inner resilience and emotional well-being that helps them face life's obstacles with more grace and composure by engaging in self-compassion practices. This practice is about acknowledging one's intrinsic value and dignity as a human being, not about self-pity or justifying bad behavior. Essentially, Aurelius views self-compassion as a source of strength rather than a sign of weakness and views it as a necessary component of leading a moral and satisfying life. You can use these Stoic ideas to turn rejection into a tool for betterment and personal development.